Loud and clear.
Loud and clear. Okay, I just want to make a few adjustments. I'm going to record this. Let's see, at the same time. Okay. Okay, that's good. Okay, yeah, so I can say a few words. Right now it's about 4:10 in the morning, so it's a little austerity. Normally I'd be in the temple in this particular time in the morning, but I'm happy to be with everybody. So let me say a few words. Om Ganat Timiranda Shah Gananjana Shalakaya Chaksur Unmiritam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. So I offer my respectful obeisances unto the lotus feet of my spiritual master, His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, who so kindly opened my eyes with the torchlight of knowledge while I was blinded in the darkness of ignorance. So I'm very happy to see everybody. I miss everybody. I wish I could wish I could come there, but unfortunately, all of Australia is in a lockdown right now, and especially Queensland is in a lockdown. And I'd like to. There's some devotees here from New Zealand too who are watching. So somehow or other, Krishna has separated us, and as we know, uh, separation doesn't mean actual separation. If we remember the words of the spiritual master and remember the instructions of the spiritual master and the writings and everything like that, then there's no actual separation. Just like when Krishna left Vrindavan, uh, the gopis were separated from Krishna, of course. But Krishna, in one sense, never left Vrindavan. Uh, Krishna left Vrindavan in his prakata aspect. That means his manifest aspect in which everybody could see. But in his aprakata aspect, that means unmanifested aspect, he never left Vrindavan. In other words, they couldn't see Krishna, but Krishna was always there. And in order, Krishna arranged this so that the gopis would think more intensely about the separation from Krishna. And this intense thinking of Krishna's separation brought Krishna and the gopis closer together. Because the interesting thing is that when one thinks of Krishna, one is actually with Krishna. When one chants Krishna's holy name, one is with Krishna. And the same principle applies in the relationship with the spiritual master. That the thought of the instructions of the spiritual master, the thought of uh, the activities of the spiritual master, the thought of one's relationship with the spiritual master, bring one closer together. And so sometimes separation is required in order that one really appreciates the spiritual master and also appreciates Krishna. As they say, separation makes the heart grow fonder. So otherwise, sometimes if someone is too often with Krishna or the spiritual master, then one becomes complacent. Complacent means one takes the association of Krishna or the spiritual master for granted. And of course, eternally, the spiritual master and eternally Krishna are present within the sound vibration and within instruction. So one has to remember that. But still, we do feel separation, and still we wish, or I wish, that I was with you. And I'm making plans. I check the internet regularly to see when Australia is going to open, to see when New Zealand's going to open, to see when different parts of the world will open, and actually just to be able to be with you in whatever. I've taken the vaccination, so I can travel. Otherwise, I don't think I would have taken the vaccination had it not been for the ability to travel. So let's start with that. So the Vyasa Puja of the spiritual master means that the spiritual master is representing Srila Vyasadeva. That's why it's called Vyasa Puja. At the same time, the spiritual master is an individual. Sometimes we find that certain people celebrate the spiritual master's appearance on Guru Purnima. Prabhupada stated that, of course, Guru Purnima is an important day because it's Sanatana Goswami's disappearance day. But Prabhupada stated that we are personalists. Personalist means that we have an individual relationship with our spiritual master. So therefore, the appearance or the disappearance days of the spiritual master are celebrated on the specific days in which they occur, usually on the moon cycle calendar. Of course, in Vaishnavism, we celebrate or commemorate things based on the moon cycle calendar rather than the sun-based calendar. So, the spiritual master is a representative of Krishna. One should never see the spiritual master as separate from the instructions of Krishna or separate from the mission of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. It's not that we are impersonalists. It's not that we are thinking that the spiritual master is simply a energy or simply something that is not personal, but we understand the spiritual master as the person, but at the same time, he's connected to Krishna. And he is speaking Guru Mukha Padma Vakya Chitete Kodiyakya on behalf of the spirit of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, presenting the Supreme Personality of Godhead's information, instructions, like that. So then what is the necessity of accepting a spiritual master if one can just simply read the Bhagavad Gita or simply read any of the other Vedic literatures like Srimad Bhagavatam, which is our quintessential literature? The necessity is that the spiritual master presents Krishna consciousness according to the psychophysical nature of the disciple. That means each and every one of us has a specific nature. And that refers, of course, to Varnashram, as well as the infinite varieties that occur within this material world, because we have 8,400,000 species of life. And each one of those different species of life, of course, we're human beings, we're one of the 400,000 species of human beings, there's infinite variety. And so each and every one of us needs individualized instructions on how to become Krishna conscious. And that's not only in regard to our psychophysical nature, but in regard to our situation, the society at present. Just like right now, I am using my intelligence to try to understand how to present Krishna consciousness at the university. I'm spending about half of every week right now staying at a university nearby, which is about 40 minutes away. Actually, I just came back from there last night. And I'm learning and adjusting the presentation of Krishna consciousness so that the students will adopt Krishna consciousness. And that takes a lot of spiritual insight, a lot of intelligence, and a lot of observation and analysis. It's very important because society changes, as we've all seen. Society continually changes. I mean, whether it's due to COVID or it's due to the social media, the internet, or whatever is happening politically in society, people change. And we have to be able to present Krishna consciousness according to time, place, and circumstance. So that's the necessity of having a spiritual master, spirit guru, or having sadhu, to understand how to present Krishna consciousness according to time, place, and circumstance, individually, that's called microcosmic, or macrocosmic to society at large. So that's why it's very important to accept a spiritual master. And so I was very fortunate to accept His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, my spiritual master, who gave me very specific guidance, and he continues to give guidance to me as to how to act in Krishna consciousness and how to present Krishna consciousness and how to do one's individual sadhana. So if one has a very close connection with the spiritual master, then one continues to get association, one continues to get instruction, regardless of the physical separation. But what does that require? I mean, that's a very important question. What is required in order to have that continual association and guidance from the spiritual master? What is required are two different things. One is good sadhana, because it's not simply that one can think that one is getting guidance from the spiritual master and then not be chanting nicely, worshiping nicely, following the rules and regulations nicely. Nicely means, of course, with devotion. Krishna in the Gita, of course, states, Yame Bhakta Prayachati. One should offer me whatever one offers, leaf, fruit, or water. Krishna uses that as an example, with love and devotion. So one has to, what is love and devotion? Love and devotion means to please Krishna and to please the spiritual master. So that's the first ingredient for keeping in touch with the spiritual master. The second ingredient is actually to always be questioning oneself as to what is pleasing or what is displeasing to the spiritual master, and reject things that are displeasing and accept things that are pleasing. That's a very important consideration. For example, in my own life, I continually think that when I'm making some decision or going somewhere, or going to embark on some initiative, I think, would this be pleasing to Prabhupada? How would it be pleasing to Prabhupada? How to adjust it so it would be pleasing to Prabhupada? And if something is displeasing to Prabhupada, I don't do it. That's love. And when one follows those particular injunctions, good sadhana, reading regularly Srila Prabhupada's books, attending classes or hearing classes. Of course, in the lockdown, sometimes you can attend classes by internet or recorded classes like that. And then also thinking continually what pleases and what displeases the spiritual master and making one's decisions accordingly, then one is always connected with the spiritual master. There's never any disconnection. And really, what pleases Prabhupada, I'm talking about Prabhupada because I'm representing Prabhupada. What pleases Prabhupada, apart from the basic, sadhana and everything like that, is when we endeavor to give other people Krishna consciousness. I remember one time, and I think some of you may have heard this story before, I was with Prabhupada, and Prabhupada was being shown pictures of a new temple. Prabhupada was pleased, of course. This temple that Prabhupada was being shown pictures of was in Berkeley, California, and I was seated with Prabhupada in Mayapur, India. So Prabhupada was being shown all these different pictures, and Prabhupada liked them very much because he was very pleased the devotees had decorated this temple very nicely. But then I mentioned to Srila Prabhupada that the temple that I was in charge of, which was in South America at that time in a country called Caracas, Venezuela, that temple had distributed 35,000 of Srila Prabhupada's Bhagavad Gitas in 1 month. and hardbound Bhagavad Gitas, not just small Bhagavad Gitas, but big Bhagavad Gitas in 1 month. And so Srila Prabhupada's eyes opened wide, and Prabhupada commented, he said that basically he was shocked. He said, Krishna is pleased. And Prabhupada was just very effulgent, or he was effusive, would be a better word. Effusive means basically he was just like all just saying how wonderful it was. And then I pointed out to Prabhupada, the one devotee who had distributed 10,000 of those Gitas, because he was with me at that time. And Prabhupada said, he has the mercy of Krishna. Now, necessarily, I became a little bit transcendently envious, thinking that I would like to also have the mercy of Krishna. And Prabhupada understood that, and he stated, he said, well, you all have the mercy of Krishna, just to pacify us. And but then Prabhupada said something at the end. He said, it's just like the gopis, in one sense, they're considered special. So my understanding of that was that, of course, everybody has the mercy of Krishna if you follow Krishna's instructions, but you get special mercy when you actually go out and you bring others to Krishna consciousness. Then one can experience that special mercy by experiencing Krishna's pleasure and the spiritual master's pleasure, and one becomes very, very close to Krishna and the spiritual master. As Srila Prabhupada, actually, as Krishna states in the Gita, that no one is more dear to me than that person who teaches the Bhagavad Gita. So it is everyone's duty, and Lord Chaitanya also said, Yare Dekatarikar Krishna Upadesh Maragai Guru Hoy Tore Desh. It is everyone's duty to go out and spread Krishna consciousness, somehow or other, according to your individual capacity. Either you spread Krishna consciousness by speaking about Krishna or distributing books, or you spread Krishna consciousness by assisting those who are directly going out. Then we become very dear to Krishna. And that's why Srila Prabhupada called his movement a movement, the Hare Krishna movement. He didn't simply say, the Hare Krishna Society or Hare Krishna Institution or the Hare Krishna Church or the Hare Krishna Temple. Of course, we do have temples, we do have etc. like that. But he called the movement in general the Hare Krishna movement. Now, why did he use the word movement? Because movement means to move forward. Moving forward means more and more devotees, and devotees are our most important asset. We may have other assets, other things that are important to us, like houses or temples or whatever. But our devotees are the most important asset that we have. So, two things: spreading Krishna consciousness, giving more people Krishna consciousness, and at the same time taking care of the devotees we have. Devotee care, as Prabhupada would sometimes say, boiling the milk. When you boil milk, milk becomes thicker and sweeter. So that means just machita magata prana varyantas cha parasparam katyantas chamam nityam tushanti cha ramanti cha. By boiling the milk amongst devotees, making our own Krishna consciousness thicker and sweeter by the association and hearing and chanting amongst the devotees. Someone else is okay. Just make sure everybody's muted, or else I hear everybody else. So that's our Krishna consciousness. And so if devotees want to please me, of course, they should be very strict in their sadhana. Chant your rounds, your gayatris if you're second initiated. Be thinking of what pleases Krishna and your spiritual master. and try your best somehow or other to bring others to Krishna consciousness, whether that means just your friends. Give them whatever Krishna consciousness they can accept. It requires a lot of discrimination. As I was mentioning before about my university outreach, approaching people in the university, that it requires a lot of discrimination, how to give people Krishna consciousness according to time, place, and circumstance. You can't just quote from the Shastra. You can quote from the Shastra, but you can't just quote from Shastra. You have to speak Shastra in such a way that everyone can understand it. In other words, according to time, place, and circumstance, and you have to know how much people are able to accept. Because if you give people more than they're able to accept, you're committing one of the offenses on chanting the Lord's holy names. So you have to be very, 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 very careful and gradually bring people to Krishna consciousness, not push them. I remember I knew one devotee who's no longer with us who would push people into Krishna consciousness. He would go out in the street and tell everybody that they were like hogs, dogs, camels, and asses. And of course, that didn't really work as far as bringing people to Krishna consciousness. So instead, we have to gradually give people Krishna consciousness and not expect them to become completely Krishna conscious in an instant, in a year, in 10 years. What I've seen is that in many cases, we are just starting people in their Krishna conscious path. Just starting them, and it may be several lifetimes before they ultimately become completely Krishna conscious. So we just have that compassion, have that mercy, don't push people, be patient, but somehow or other, whoever you meet and whoever you come in contact with, try to give them a little Krishna consciousness, whether that means a little prasadam, or whether we get them to say Hare Krishna one time, or we get them to do some service for the devotees, give some donation to the devotees or to the Hare Krishna movement. Somehow or other, be compassionate, and also be compassionate with the other devotees, because they're our family. All the devotees are our family, so we should be loving and compassionate. Dadati pratigranati guyamakyati prichati punkte bhujate chaiva. As Rupa Goswami says in the Upadeshamrita, we should always be engaged in loving exchanges with the other Vaishnavas, and that will not only keep the devotees fixed in Krishna consciousness, but will attract others to our Krishna consciousness movement. So, thank you very much. It's very nice to see everybody. We have people from other places in the world, too, other than Brisbane. So, I guess you can continue with the program. What's the rest of the program going to consist of?
Thank you once again for up so early in the morning and trying to accommodate us despite your schedule. I spoke to you for the last few days, and you assured me that you try your best.
It's hard to hear you again. You got to speak closer to the computer or something. You're loud enough, but the voice is muffled.
Hare Krishna Gurudev, can you hear me now?
Yeah, that's much better. I can hear you clearly now.
I wanted to thank you on behalf of all the devotees present here today, Gurudev, for taking out this special time. I know you are so committed, yet you managed to take this time for us. And I think you'll be with us for the next another hour or so. Is that okay with you? Or?
Yes, that's okay. I can stay for another hour or so and listen to everybody's offerings.
We have been pretty sad that we could not have you here in person for this Vyasa Puja and the last one because of COVID. But we're looking forward to have a big Vyasa Puja next year. Ram Vijay is going to build a house very soon. So we're looking, he doesn't know. I haven't said this, but it's already in my mind that I know you normally decide. But this time we have decided that we'll have a big Vyasa Puja at his place.
That's it. That's nice.
Hare Krishna. And on the same time, I would like to welcome all my God brothers and sisters who have joined us from elsewhere. Thank you very much. We'll straight away go on to the next part of the program, which is the homages. So we'll start off with, we'll do the pranam mantra all at once together. so that it's easier for Gurudev and for all of us as well. So we'll start. I'll start off, and then followed by me will be Nantushar Prabhu. Then will be Madhumangal Prabhu, Ruchi Rana Mataji after that, Damodar Pandit, Maruti, Balakshi Mataji, Adi Shakti Mataji, Hanumanananda and Janki, Sita, Ram Vijay, Gopi Gita, Radha, Vaishnav Seva, Krishna Karuna, Srinath, Sundaravani, Sudevi, and Arti. So Gurudev, I'll start with my how much first.
Okay.
Om Vishnu Padaya, all say together, please. Om Vishnu Padaya, Krishna Padaya, Srimate Bir Krishna Goswami Das. Namo Om Vishnu Padaya, Krishna Padaya, Srimate Bhakti Das. Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pujarini Nirvishesha Shunnavati Vaisa. Yeah, Gurudev, once again, please accept my humble obeisances in the most merciful dust of your lotus feet. All glories to your divine grace, Gurudev. First of all, I will start. Today's how much is based on your sayings. So every day you write something on the Facebook, and I picked up some sayings from the last few days and based my how much towards that, Gurudev. First of all, due to this COVID, there's been a physical separation that has personally affected me a lot. And I'm sure all my God brothers and sisters. But nevertheless, I call myself very fortunate because every time I need to ask something or need any advice or need to hear your voice, I just call you and I get the call back straight away. Sometimes I just want to hear your voice and I would just call you and even in odd hours and just hear your, the voice message that you've left on your phone. Just to listen to that. So thank you very much. And normally, if I don't hear back from you, I do get separation anxiety. And then you know that I start calling you back again and again. So please forgive me for that. As I said, my homage is based on your recent sayings. So recently you wrote, we respect everybody, even the ants. Remember you wrote one of the sayings was, we respect everybody, even the ants. That straight away took me to the Srimad Bhagavatam. I think there's a shloka. Titikshava karunika shurda sharva dehinam ajata shatrva shanta sadhu sadhu bhushna. So from that and with the association with you, I can see this. You are so compassionate. You are so tolerant. We call you, we ask you questions. We are always, you've got so many disciples, you try to fulfill, you are so tolerant, Gurudev, Sometimes there's foolish questions, but you are so tolerant. So you are so compassionate as well. One day we were coming out of Janki Mata and Hanumananda's home, and somebody was cutting grass. And you said, oh my God, Krishna, the grass would be having so much pain. So you are so compassionate, Gurudev. And by reading your book, the empathy that tells me that you are so compassionate, and I've, please bless me even to get a dust of that quality in myself. And no one to judge, but the qualities of sadhu that's depicted in the saying that I've just, the Bhagavad Gita shloka that I've said, everything is there in that. You are tolerant, compassionate, you are friendly to all of us, even the children, give them high five, and give them chocolates, get whatever you want. And they have no enemies at all. So we love you, Gurudev, and thanks for portraying that to us. Your books, that as I said, has illustrated that quality indeed. You recently also said in another saying, you said, how do you obtain pure devotional service? And that was a question. And then the answer was, you said that by saving the Vaishnavas. So every time I've spoken to you, even in today's your lecture, you mentioned that how important it is to save devotees. And the small congregation that's here present in Brisbane, we try to do a lot of those as much as we can. Devotees are, all your disciples are somehow or the other involved in devotee care. Aarti Priya is running the whole team of devotee seva with for the Brisbane temple. And every other devotee somehow or the other, if, for example, if somebody is sick in the hospital, we'll take tents, supply prasadam, or chant for them, or do something or the other for. So we've learned that from you, Gurudev. So another saying was, you wrote recently, health is important. That was the question. In the question mark, what service can you do when you are dead? So basically, I don't know if you can see the offering here, the prasadam that all the devotees have brought here.
Yeah.
One thing I've learned from yourself is how to eat and what to eat. You know, my life, I would say a bad eater. I was eating, a lot of paneer and this and that every time. After being your disciple, things have changed. You personally, I know devotees who have diabetes or other problems, you personally spoke to them, advising them this is right, this is wrong, and this is what you eat. And you've also, I think, done a coaching session on don't kill devotees, by eating prasadam. You also said recently that on individual basis, we should be ready to do anything for Krishna. You taught us again in today's lectures and many other times. Hopefully somebody's speaking that time. Overall, Guru, they're telling me my time is over. I'm summarizing it now. So we miss you badly. This COVID had separated us physically, but we are still very close to you. We can't wait to see you here, Gurudev. Thank you for your constant support. Thank you for the personalized support that you've given to each and every one of us. An example is when Krishna Karuna was getting married, personally called and checked that everything was done, and many other times. Thanks for recharging us whenever we speak to you, or we specifically wait for you whenever you come to Brisbane. It just rejuvenates. Everything goes above and beyond, and we get charged. Projects with your Messi, we have been running some projects in Brisbane. So we're doing, Sita is organizing monthly big programs in the halls now. The home Sunday program that was going to happen at my place is going to start very soon. We have disciple meetings every month, or sometimes even twice. We're going to start the morning Aarti programs, and we're going to start the Bhakti Vriksha. And as I mentioned, devotee care has been running by Aarti Priya. And every devotee is saving the temple somehow or the other. Thanks again for your unlimited mercy. And thanks for your compassionate and mercy, Gurudev. I never fathomed this mercy in a billion trillion lifetimes. Hare Krishna.
Very nice.
I will ask Nandisha Prabhu to say his moment, please.
Oh. Nanda Kishore, it's good to see you. Probably have to get close to the computer because it's hard to hear otherwise.
निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य So, there's so many wonderful qualities that I can think of when I think of you, Maharaj, always. I have been raised in Krishna consciousness with a very heavy hand by my Gurudev. And his compassion was that he was heavy with many, many disciples. And then he also showed very amicable, very sweet dealings at different times. With you, I have never seen the heavy side.
There is a heavy side.
Yes, but I have personally not seen it. I know you have one. Also, you have been very, very compassionate in terms of liberally giving Krishna consciousness to those who show even the least bit of inclination. My Guru Maharaj was very strict about initiation, how much, what should be done. But I've seen in circumstances you have adjusted that to be very liberal with giving initiations. And I see a different aspect of compassion in you that I don't see in many personalities. Somehow, maybe that compassion of a Vaishnava is always there, but the way it is so pronounced in the way you deal with the devotees and the way you deal with the new people who come to Krishna consciousness is like you very quickly win their hearts. And they are ready to literally sell themselves out to you. I feel that's what I've seen in the loving exchanges amongst the devotees when they speak about you and when they talk about you, and also when they try and do something for you. So in that sense, compassion is, of course, one of the most important qualities of a Vaishnava. And since you are exhibiting so much of that compassion yourself, I can see that your disciples are also having the same kind of qualities. So I really appreciate that, and I feel blessed in their association. Also, there is another thing that came to mind today. I was thinking what to say. And something very, very unique I remember happened when I was once I saw that happening in Fiji. It was a very wonderful program, some function at the Krishna Kalya temple. And then as soon as you came out the door, then there was another devotee who actually literally started to chastise you, who was so much junior to you. And I was taken aback completely by how you reacted. Like some abuse was being hurled at you, and you took it in such a wonderful way. There was no sign of, normally what was one word, who is on a position would correct the person. You didn't even try to, because it was directed at you. And I remember you once saying when to me, in regards to some, of course, there are a lot of blasphemous things going around about ISKCON gurus also. And they're picking on one guru and shredding things apart. And you were saying that you're waiting when they're going to do it to you. So that's, yeah, you literally said, I'm waiting when they're going to criticize me. Come on. So, I've seen some amazing things like this, and I really, really love your association whenever you're here. The only thing I don't like about what happens when I'm with you is that you shower some constant praises upon me, and I hope you can stop doing that from now on. So thank you very much, Maharaj. That's all I have to say for today.
Thank you very much, Nanikishore. And actually, I'm giving you praise because you're worthy of praise. Because you've done so much. You've done so much for Krishna, for Tamal Krishna Maharaj, Prabhupada. I mean, it's just like I wish I could do so much. I'm just sitting eating prasadam while you're doing all the hard work, and You've saved the Lotoka temple.
Thank you, Gurudev. Next will be Madhumangal Prabhu.
Where's Madhumangal?
No.
Oh, there he is.
Hare Krishna Guru Maharaj. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, yeah. You speak very loudly, so I can always hear you.
Just the next one will be Damodar Pandit Prabhu after that.
Right.
Okay.
Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasaya Bhutale Srimate Bir Krishna Goswami Namane Namo Hamsani Kasaya Rupada Priyate Suddhita Suddhi Nisthavyam Tasya Vakyanuvadini Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Namane Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pucharane Nirvasesa Sunyavadi Paschatya Deshatadini Guru Maharaj, please accept my hand. Most humble, Dandana Pranam, at the dust of your lotus feet.
If you're gonna put one sound on, you got to turn the other sound off. And now I can't hear anything. I was hearing fine from the main computer. If you just leave that sound on, but the other computer, just keep one sound device on at a time, or else you get feedback.
On this occasion of your Vyasa Puja, I respectfully wish to submit a verse from Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Lila, chapter 8, text 1 to 8. For the benefit of my God brothers and God sisters, which is as follows. Kripa Vipra Kiva Nyasi Shudra Kene Naya Yehi Krishna Tattva Veta Say Guru Aya. I am very particular on this verse because some of my God brothers, they are new, and I like them to master this. The meaning of this word here is this. Whether one is a Brahmana, a sannyasi, or a Sudra, regardless of what he is, he can become a spiritual master if he knows the science of Krishna. So, Hare Krishna, what happened here?
That's right. I can hear you clearly. Don't worry.
I repeat this. Whether one is a Brahmana, a sannyasi, or a Sudra, regardless of what he is, he can become a spiritual master if he knows the science of Krishna. So no exception of what Guru Maharaj. Whether he comes from what place, but he knows the science of Krishna consciousness. So he is a perfect spiritual master. You can call him a bona fide spiritual master. No one can be a bona fide spiritual master without following these principles of disciplic succession. The Lord is the original spiritual master, and person in the disciplic succession can convey the message of the Lord as it is to his disciples. No one can be spiritually realized by manufacturing his own process, as is the fashion of the foolish pretenders. The Bhagavatam 6, chapter 3, text 19 says, Dharmam tu saksat Bhagavatam Purnati. The path of religion is directly enunciated by the Lord. Therefore, mental speculation or dry arguments cannot help lead one to the right path, nor by independent study of books of knowledge can one progress in his spiritual life? One has to approach a bona fide spiritual master to receive the knowledge. Such a spiritual master should be accepted in full surrender, and one should serve the spiritual master like a manual servant without false prestige. Satisfaction of the self-realized spiritual master is the secret of advancement in his spiritual life. Inquiries and submission constitute the proper combination for spiritual understanding. Unless there is submission and service, the inquiries from the learned spiritual master will not be effective. So, Guru Maharaj, with these words, I again offer my respectful obeisances to you on your very, very auspicious Rajdev. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Srila Prabhupada
Bye.
ki jai. Gaura Premanande.
There you go.
Thank you.
Very, very nice, Madhamango.
Next is Damodar Pandit, and then followed by that will be Ruchirana.
Hare Krishna Maharaj,
Haribo.
and well pranam, my humble obeisances at your lotus feet. I hope you had a restful sleep since our discussion this morning. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasatili, Bhutale Shri Bir Krishna Goswami Iti Namane. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasatili Bhutale Shri Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namane. Namaste Sarasvati Deva Gauravani Vicharane, Nirvashesha Sangbadi Conception Testatarane. This year has really been a year of reflection for me, Maharaj. As you know, Australia was originally started as a convict colony, and our government at the moment still feels like a bit of a convict colony with all the lockdowns and what have you. So with the COVID and with my work, I've had a lot of unfortunate quarantine events. I've spent a lot of time by myself reading and meditating and what have you. And with my year of reflection, one of the things I really look back on is when I first met you at Dowgy's house, and you're out there testing your drone, and my initial thoughts were I was just blown away at what such a warm person you are, and that infectious smile on your face always puts a smile on everyone that's around you. Amazing. Your warmth and the way you just interact with people just makes me feel very humble that you've accepted me as your devotee. Whenever anything troubling or anything like that goes on, your laugh and your smile always brings comfort. I remember I've asked you a number of times over the years what I can do to serve you, and you just always say to me, just chant. And so I do. When I first started, or when I first came to Krishna consciousness, I found it quite difficult. I used to get headaches, and for chanting more than half an hour at a time, I found very difficult. Now I can't imagine my life without chanting.
Right.
I've had a fortunate occurrence with one of my friends at work who has a son who is looking at getting into Krishna consciousness, and I've had the humble opportunity of guiding him and bringing him to us. And I take on board the words that you've said to us today, particularly not to push too hard, but also to make it relevant, particularly for him because he's only a fairly young 20-year-old. And bring him into the fold, so to speak. I look at you as a father figure, Maharaj, not only spiritually, but also the advice you give us all, and the comfort that you bring us whenever we're having issues, we're down, or just need that fatherly advice. I'm very thankful for. So as some of the devotees have already said, Maharaj, we love you. Miss you, and look forward to your association when you get back here next year. Hare Krishna.
Haribo. And hopefully I can fly on a plane where you're the pilot.
That'd be wonderful. Love to have Krishna help me do a good landing. So, yeah. What was it?
Next is Ruchira Mataji.
Haribo. Good to see you.
Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Goswami ki naam ne Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Bhutale Srimati Bir Krishna Goswami ki naam. Gurudev, I'm very pleased that Auji brought me here to listen everything. And also, I would like to tell you that I was a little bit sick. As you told the Tauji to look after me, he has looked after me so nicely. I was very pleased that he is so good to me. And also, I like to thank Dwarkadish. He is not here. In the morning, we started chanting 3 to 5. So I'm very happy to do all these things with the Bible, everything. That's all.
Haribo. Very nice.
Hare Krishna. His Holiness Bir Krishna Das Goswami Maharaj ki.
To the Prabhupada ki jai.
Next is Lakshmi Mataji. And then followed by that will be Hanuman Ananda Janki. Please come to your respected seating, Dhiraji. After that,
Hare Krishna, Guru Maharaj.
Haribo.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna Maharaj. Please accept my humble devotion, lotus feet, again and again, on this day of Vyasa Puja. God is to you, all God is to Prabhupada. Guru Maharaj, you have given us the best of everything. The Lord's holy name, you are our only opulence of life and soul. Our only shelter. You are Krishna's most beloved servant, and your mercy is unlimited. Ila Guru Maharaj, please shower our merciful blessing upon this fallen soul, so that we may develop our faith and serve your instruction bed after bed. Lord, most fallen servant, Lalakshi.
Jai Lalakshi. Haribo. Very nice.
thank you, Gurudev. Next is Hanuman Ananda and Janki Mataji. And
Jai.
followed by that will be Sita. And then will be Ram Vijay. So wherever there's Sita, Ram should be after.
Hare Krishna Gurudev.
Haribo.
Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bir Krishna Das Goswami Namne. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Sri Prabhupada Ki Namne. Gurudev, having taken shelter of you has virtually transformed our lives, and we are experiencing a lot of good fortune in relation to devotional service and love of Godhead. Gurudev, you connect us to Krishna in several ways, by reading from the scriptures, inspiring us to do our chanting of the holy names, and your unlimited knowledge on Ramayana and pastimes in the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna. The blessings, mercy, and compassion for us fallen souls has no bound. Distribute love for Krishna every day through social media, inspiring us, connecting us, and nurturing our devotion unto the lotus feet of Krishna. We are truly blessed to have such a guru. You bless your disciples spiritually and materially. Your compassionate nature eradicates our material miseries and removes darkness of illusion and enlightens our intelligence and soul. Whenever we feel material pangs of pain and sorrow, we take shelter of your lotus feet, crying out for guidance and You even come into our dreams to help us and give us your mercy. It makes our lives sublime. And we attain peace and love for you, Guru Maharaj. Maharaj, through your wonderful mercy, bodily pains, my illness, which I have suffered from the past several years, has been eradicated. I have regained my health, due to which I can offer service at the temple and help my brothers and sisters in devotional service. Gurudev, I don't have enough words to glorify your compassion and your mercy. You are very dear to your divine Guru Maharaj, to Srila Prabhupada. You are a representative of Krishna, which makes you worshipable as much as Krishna. You are our savior. Gurudev, with folded hands and lots of love and gratitude, I bow down upon your lotus feet, which is our only place of shelter. I pray to Lord Krishna that we celebrate many, many Vyasa Pujas in years to come. Long live my Guru Maharaj. Please accept my humble obeisance.
Jai! Wonderful offering.
Thank you, Gurudev. Next will be Sita.
Very nice.
Please accept my humble obeisances, Gurudev, unto your lotus feet. Gurudev, I attend your daily classes in the morning at 7 a.m. It's so enlightening. Even if I don't understand the higher topics of Chaitanya Charitamrita, but I've been attached now to just hearing your voice. I wanted to share this experience with you, Gurudev. I started doing Mangal Aarti at the temple in addition to the cooking services, mainly because of COVID. My in-laws were stuck here, so I could do more service at the temple. I never expected that I'll do more service, but your advice has really helped me to do service from heart. Is something which has been helping me and has been helping me grow spiritually also. On Narsim Jayanti this year, I was asked by the temple pujari to do the Aarati, the Mangal Aarati in the evening, and everyone, all the eyes were on me, and I was a bit stunned that I've been asked to do that. So my hands was literally shaking, and I was thinking, how would it look in front of so many devotees? My hands shaking while I'm doing the Aarati. At that moment, Gurudev, I prayed at your lotus feet to do the service, because I felt I'm not worthy of that service. And it was really magical after that. I really felt your presence. My hands stopped shaking. And I was really oblivious to the surrounding around me. And the time also seemed to have slowed down to allow me to do the Aarti nicely. Normally we are running out of time, and that day we had more deities on the altar. So it was just amazing. And after that, devotees came to me and said, oh, they felt so pure. They felt, so it just felt really good. I wish I can pray at your lotus feet from heart every day. It's hard. I really miss you, Gurudev. I also wanted to share one experience. I have a friend, a work colleague who sits next to me. And I remember I asked this question to you. She used to share her problems with me, and I asked you this question at home program, and you said, yes, it's okay to listen to her problems. And I continued on, and then one day I gave her Bhagavad Gita, and she took the Bhagavad Gita, and she already had a Bhagavad Gita, but I gave Prabhupada's Bhagavad Gita. So and I asked her, how did it go? And she was like, oh, the comments, it's not in detail, I was like a bit upset. I was like, what do you want to do? Give my Bhagavad Gita back to me. But but she said, no, I'll keep it. After a few months, she came back to me. She said, my son is vegetarian and my son is reading the Bhagavad Gita. And after a few weeks, she came back to me and said, I am vegetarian now and I'm reading Bhagavad Gita with my son. I'm supporting my son. After a few weeks, she came back and said to me that the husband is vegetarian and the son is also, the little son is also vegetarian. So the whole family is vegetarian now, and they're really. And she really started growing spiritually and started talking. She was really against Isikon. She was used to tell me all these things, bad things that would happen on internet. And but it's so amazing that Prabhupada really lives in his books, just by giving Bhagavad Gita. And, it's amazing. I just wanted to share this, Gurudev. Thank you for all your guidance and for being with me, being with us all the time. Very well. Thank you.
Wow. What a wonderful story. How Prabhupada's book changed the whole family. Amazing, amazing. That is so inspiring just to hear that. Thank you.
Next is Ram Vijay Prabhu Gurudev, and then followed by the Maruti.
Hare Krishna Gurudev. Actually, Sita, that was my transcript, the Sita just read. No, Guru Maharaj, it's really a pleasure to say it in front of you. And like Dauji said, in future, hopefully, once the house is built, we wish to accommodate you to have this Guru Puja at our house. And whenever you come, we wish to see you there present. So, Guru Maharaj, since the time you've entered in our house and gave us your association, from that time, everyone's life in our family has changed. Even when we were not initiated that time, you came to visit us, we vividly remember. And because of that, and the ripple effect has reached to the whole family and all the friends, or all the associations that we have. And now we have a small group in Brisbane with all the God brothers and sisters, and all of them are doing satsang and association together. So it's all due to the mercy and your blessing, Guru Maharaj. And thank you for replying all my messages whenever I sent it. Thank you so much, Guru Maharaj.
Hare Krishna. Very nice.
Guru Maharaj, just wanted to let you know that Hanuman, Ananda and Janki and Ram, Vijay and Sita, they have unlimited services to the temple and to the devotees. They go out to distribute books. Ram Vijay does so much preachings. They're always cooking in the temple. And if there's any program or anything, the other devotees will be they're extensively involved in doing a lot of preachings and services.
Thank you. That's wonderful.
Thank you for your message, Gurudev. Maruti now, please, and followed by the Gopi Gita.
Krishna Maharaj.
Haribol. Wow.
All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to Srila Gurudev, and all glories to all the devotees here. I still remember spending time with you in Suva, where you let me play on your personal guitar, even though I didn't know how to play. And we spent hours, and you just sat there working, and I kept strumming, but you didn't kick me out, which was the best thing. And then as we continued to grow, we played badminton and volleyball and all sorts of stuff together, which was amazing. It's a wonderful opportunity, and I don't think there's any, I don't think you can put any value. It's priceless, basically. My mum recently made pasta, but she forgot to put salt in it, and when I had it, all I could think about was you. So, these COVID times are making it really bad. Everything reminds us of you, Maharaj, but we're glad to see you safe, sound, and well. And everyone's looking forward to seeing you again. Thank you.
Very nice. Still selling cars?
No, I've moved into the typical Indian business of IT.
Oh, IT.
Yeah.
Okay.
You might see me in North Carolina soon enough.
Bharti, thank you. Gurudev. Next is Gopi Gita.
Here you go.
Dandavat Pranam Guru Maharaj. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. All glories unto your lotus feet. I wish you a very happy Vyasa Puja, Maharaj, and pray to Srimati Radharani for many, many happy returns of this auspicious day. And pray someday soon we will be in your personal association to celebrate this day and directly receive the nectar of your association. This is the most wonderful time in the whole year when I get to sit and reflect on the love and mercy that I have received from you. Thank you for giving my family shelter at the dust of your lotus feet. And thank you for all the mercy that you have showered upon us. Guru Maharaj, you have made all arrangements not only for your disciples, but for humanity at large. Through your many innovative ways of getting your association through your lectures and live internet broadcasts. You have dedicated your whole life to the service of your spiritual master, Srila Prabhupada. There has never been a time when I have heard of a complaint from you. You are always ready to travel, give classes, organize yatras, retreats, programs, making sure lectures are available for devotees to hear, meet people, and take care of their needs. When you speak to us, you give us all your time and attention. You are always there for us during good times and bad. Gurudev, I would like to take this opportunity on this most glorious day to thank you for all that you have done for me. What little spiritual advancement I have made is due to your kind guidance through your lectures and your personal instructions. It never ceases to amaze me the level of enthusiasm with which you constantly preach, travel, and inspire others all over the world. Please allow me to always remain at your lotus feet in the association of those who serve you, your servant. Gopi Gita.
Very nice. Very, very, very nice.
Gurudev, next is Radha. We need special blessing to get initiated next year. So currently trying to learn guitar to imitate you.
Hare Krishna. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasad Gopala Srimati Bhakti Radha Krishna Swami Tanare. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasad Gopala Srimati Bhakti Radha Swami Tanare. Hare Krishna Guru Maharaj. Thank you for always encouraging and inspiring me. Listening to you singing kirtans and playing guitars inspired me to also begin playing. I cannot thank you enough for the valuable lessons that you've taught me. It is my desire to serve you, Shri Radha Krishna and Govinda. I'm looking forward to the day that you give me initiation. In my heart, I have accepted you as my spiritual master. Please give me a blessing so that I can do better. Thank you so much, Hare Krishna.
Very, very nice. Yeah, very soon you'll take initiation.
Next year, Gurudev. Your mercy. Next is Vaishya Seva, followed by that will be Karuna. Then Srinath.
There you go.
Hare Krishna Maharaj.
Good to see you.
Yeah, nice to see you, Maharaj, too. Yeah. What I remember is like every time you go to Brisbane, there was few of us who used to follow you. You go to like breakfast, lunch, and dinner to few devotees' house, and then sometimes I used to, especially with Dwarkadish, I used to follow you. So, where I can, and you see, when I like sometimes when I got time, sometimes you're on Zoom on live, and I like to listen your lecture, or sometimes you're in your room, and then you're polishing your brass, or you do some cooking, and you listen to Papa's lecture. So nice when I got time when you're online. I just try to. Like we all a big family, we have many guru, we all learning from everyone. And Hare Krishna Maharaj. Happy Vyasa Puja Day. And I'm very happy.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. His Holiness Bir Krishna Goswami Maharaj ki.
The Prabhupada ki jai.
Next is Krishna Karuna. Krishna Karuna recently got married a few months ago. Gurudev.
Hare Krishna Gurudev.
Haribol.
Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Srimati Bir Krishna Goswami Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Pashita Deshatarine. I offer my humble obeisances unto you, my dear spiritual master, Srila Bir Krishna Goswami Maharaj. I want to take this opportunity to thank you, Gurudev, from the bottom of my heart for accepting me under your shelter. My life was motiveless without your presence. I've never met anyone as dedicated as you. You inspire me to do more each day. The happiness I feel when I'm involved in bhakti does not compare to anything I've ever experienced. Today I feel so blessed to be part of the Hare Krishna conscious community. Also to be amongst such beautiful devotees who are like my family. Dear Gurudev, I possess immense love and respect for you in my heart. Listening to your lectures on Facebook, you make it sound so easy to follow this path, and it boosts my energy to continue on this wonderful journey. Thank you, Guru Maharaj, for being so kind to us fallen souls. Wish you a very happy Vyasa Puja. Haribol.
Haribol. Very nice.
Thank you, Gurudev. Next is Srinath, and followed that with Sudevi.
Krishna Guru Maharaj. Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Srimati Bir Krishna Goswami Namine. Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Srimati Bhaktivedanta Swami Namine. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishasa Navadi Pasha. Yes, Srila Gurudev Maharaj. Please accept my humble Dandavat Pranam on the dust of your lotus feet. Happy Vyasa Puja Guru Maharaj. I feel like the Lord Krishna has given a very merciful and sent me a master, the Guru Maharaj. Guru Maharaj, please, the past years has been it's been full of realization and new spiritual experience. By your blessing, keeping you in the center of my life, is there I feel how the causeless, massive flows unconditionally in upkeep of my devotional service. Guru Maharaj, with your blessing, I've completely transformed my life and been changing spiritually every day. With blessing and guidance, I have learned so much from yourself and continue to do so. Thank you, Guru Maharaj, for ever well-wishing, which has made me prosper spiritually every minute of my life. Guru Maharaj, we are so fortunate to get more and more from you in the recent message. Guru Maharaj, you have made all the arrangements, not only for the disciple, but for humanity at large. Though your many initiative ways of getting your associations through the lectures, the live internet broadcast, activities upon Facebooks, etc. In every activities of yours, you never fail to strengthen our commitments to Srila Prabhupada and his mission. In very extraordinary way, you teach us the mood of becoming an external Sishya by displaying your unconditional pure love for Srila Prabhupada. Please, Guru Maharaj, instruct me and guide me for my many offenses and guide me to become a better servant of all living entity. Just as Lord Krishna glorifies are unlimited, so are your divine glories. On this occasion day, I pray to remain a pick of your lotus at your dust of your lotus feet. Wishing you most wonderful Vyasa Puja celebrating this Vyasa Puja again and again, and thank you for your personal association to celebrate this day. Happy Vyasa Puja, Guru Maharaj.
Jai Haribol. Very nice.
Thank you, Gurudev. So, Krishna Karuna and Srinath, they are both newly married.
Congratulations.
Separately, yeah. They each got married. Next is we got only few left, Gurudev. So next will be Sudevi, then Sundararani, Aarti Priya, and that's the end. And followed by that, Gurudev will have Pushpanjali, and then we'll do Guru Puja, Gurudev. So I will ask Sudevi to come and do her home please now. And then after that, Sundararani and Aarti Priya. Means anybody else? No, then Adi Shakti Mataji.
Hare Krishna Gurudev.
Haribol.
Manjana Jana Shalakaya Chatu Umetam Yena Tasme Shri Guruve Nama. I offer my respectful obeisances unto my spiritual master, the giver of the fallen soul. His mercy turns the dumb into fluent speaker and enables the lame to cross mountains. Dear Gurudev, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to you on this auspicious day of your Vyasa Puja. Thank you, Gurudev, for accepting me as your spiritual daughter. Thanks for giving me Krishna conscious. I cannot imagine my life without you and my Hari. I started my journey in Krishna conscious in 2010. Faced spiritual challenges, however, with your mercy, my spiritual life has taken a beautiful turn. Every day I'm trying as hard as I could to be spiritually advanced, and I hope one day I'm ready to take my second initiation from you, Gurudev. Every morning, my focus is to complete my japa. Every service I do, every moment I spend at our temple is a blessing. Cooking for Gaura Hari gives me so much pleasure. I cannot describe in words. No matter how tired I am, I do my service. I just meditate on you, and I get so much energy. I remember some devotees calling me, I'm like a smart spark, so blissful. In response, I just tell them, it's my Guru's kripa. Thank you, Gurudev, for being that light in my life. I remember you just mentioned that you have to focus very heavily on bringing other people to Krishna consciousness. Well, I just wanted to say, I'm sorry, Gurudev, that's one thing I'm not able to do, maybe because I'm not a people's person. But again, thank you, Gurudev, for what you do for us. Thank you for tolerating me, and thank you for being in my life. I pray to my favorite Nrsimha Dev to always keep you healthy and protected. Your humble servant, Sudevi.
Jai. Sudevi ki jai. Very nice. Very, very nice.
So next is Sundararani, please. Followed by that, Aarti Priya. And then Adi Shakti. These are the last three Gurudev homages.
Good.
I'll keep it short and sweet for you, Gurudev. It's been a long day for you. I mean, it's an early morning for you.
Well, yeah, it's early morning. I still haven't done my Didi Puja and.
For you. All I want to say to you, Gurudev, is thank you. A massive thank you for being part of my life. I don't know what I would have done without you. I'm so sorry. I didn't think that I'll get emotional, but you have been amazing in my life and changed my life so much. I didn't prepare anything for you today to say. I just knew all I wanted to say to you was thank you. Thank you for being, and I'm saying thank you to you every day. Because you have changed my life completely, Gurudev. I never thought that I'll be so close to Gornitai. I'll go Nitai in the Brisbane temple, but I start getting separation anxiety when I'm not there serving in the temple. And I do my best to go there and see Gornitai once a week at least, and be part of the Brisbane temple community and all my God brothers and God sisters. I'm so fortunate that I've got such a beautiful family here. I'm surrounded by such beautiful, amazing devotees that I'm being guided by them. And it's because of all your mercy, Gurudev. Without that, I don't think I'd ever have come this far in my, when I'm still learning so much. And I hope I'll continue to learn, to grow in my devotion, my loving seva to Gornitai and Krishna and to you. And I hope to be the best I can be to represent you as a devotee. And I hope it's from my heart. All I want to do is thank you. Thank you for being in my life.
Haribol. Wonderful offering.
Aarti Priya, please. Sorry. Adi Shakti Mataji would like to say something, Gurudev, and
Hare Krishna. Good to see you.
say in Hindi and Sudharani will translate.
I'll do my best. हरे कृष्णा गुरुदेव उस साल से जो फैमिली में प्रॉब्लम्स चल रही थी इस समय बिल्कुल ठीक है.
Okay, she's saying that for a few years she had some problems in her family, but now it's getting better.
Good.
मेरे दोनों बच्चे इस समय अच्छा जॉब कर रहे हैं.
Both her children are working well now. They both got jobs.
सुभद्रा की स्टडीज मिस हो गई है.
Subhadra has finished her studies.
ये सब आपकी कृपा से हुआ है.
This is because of your blessings.
और है इतना अच्छा ब्रदर सिस्टर देने के लिए थैंक यू वेरी मच गुरुदेव.
She's thanking you for giving her such beautiful God brothers and God sisters.
Jai. Haribol. Good to see you. Yeah, I've been praying for you.
Wow. Thank you, Gurudev. Next and last on the list is Aarti Priya. Then we will ask all our any other God brothers and sisters who have joined from elsewhere. I think it's Tara and Rajesh. They wanted to say something, and we'll also invite anybody else who wants to say how much to for Gurudev. So we'll Aarti Priya, last one from here.
Hare Krishna Guru Maharaj.
Haribol.
Please accept my humble obeisances at the dust of your lotus feet. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Guru Maharaj, we are so fortunate and blessed to have you attend your Vyasa Puja live. We are ever so thankful to you and feel so blissful knowing that you will be attending. We still miss your visits and physical presence, but under the circumstances, this is the best option. Your disciples at North Carolina are so blessed and fortunate to have you physically present with them for so long now, since COVID. Guru Maharaj, since I met you, my life has completely changed for the better. I cannot express the gratitude that I feel being your disciple. You were always so patient with me and encouraged me ever so nicely. Please forgive me for any offenses I may have caused and always keep sending your blessings as we need a lot of it. And thank you for always being so responsive and prompt in replying to our messages. Recently, we introduced one of my cousins from Toronto, and she had emailed you, and within a few hours you had responded to her, and she was just so thankful and shocked that being so busy, you were able to respond so quickly to her. So your guidance keeps us in the right track. Again, we look forward to your visit one day soon, and I pray to Krishna that he keeps you in good health forever and gives you lots of energy so that you can help us fallen souls. Hare Krishna.
Very, very nice.
That's the end of the homages from here, unless I'm missing anybody. No, it's okay. She doesn't understand. Anybody else? Okay, Gurudev, so that's the end of homages from here. We will now invite our God brothers and sisters. I think it was Tara and Rajesh. You are on board, please. The timing is 3 minutes for you.
Okay, thank you. Hare Krishna.
Haribol.
Haribol. Namah Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale. Shrimate Bhakti Bir Krishna Goswami Titi Namamini. Namah Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale. Shrimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamini Titi Namamini. Dear Guru Maharaj, please accept our humble obeisances at the dust of your lotus feet. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to you on this auspicious day of your Vyasa Puja. We're very privileged in this lifetime to have your mercy upon us. You have been so merciful that you have sacrificed and dedicated your entire life for the welfare of us fallen souls. You implant the seed of Krishna consciousness in so many hearts and give them the opportunity to get out of this material world, which is full of miseries. We feel valueless, selfish at times, and so much fallen soul. I have not been able to serve you in any way yet. You have accepted us at your lotus feet. Forgive us for our inactiveness and unattentive minds at times. We had many stumbling blocks in our path of spiritual realization, though as soon as you accepted us as your disciple, we are finding things have started to fall in place and fill in those missing puzzle pieces in our spiritual journey. Dear Guru Maharaj, please bestow your mercy upon me and my family, that we can continue our service in Krishna consciousness. We are praying to Lord Krishna to always keep you, Guru Maharaj, in good health, so that he can continue to preach the message of Godhead to innumerable fallen souls like us. Please accept us at your lotus feet, your humble servant.
Wonderful.
Thank you very much. And I think there was Rajesh as well.
Oh, thank you. That's all already covered.
Thank you so much. Is there anybody else?
That's all glories to His Holiness Bir Krishna Maharaj, and all glories to His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada. Hari Bol.
Hari Bol. Thank you very much.
If there's nobody else, we have Ramapataya, he's my good friend, and he's been aspiring you. So he just wanted to share Hare Krishna to you, Gurudev.
Hare Krishna, Gurudev. Hare Krishna.
Hari Bol.
Please, I'm seeking your blessings. Please give me your blessings to me.
Ashivat.
Thank you very much.
We also have Suman. So he is very staff of Qantas. So if you are flying, you can
yeah. I just wanted to thank you, Gurudev. I've been learning a lot from the lovely devotees. I've come from a long way. And just like the other devotees mentioned, that they are so committed and they feel that if they don't do their chanting and all that, they feel emptiness. I feel that too. And I do join that these devotees have been amazing. Dauji Bhai has really helped me. I'm very fortunate to have been with this group. And yeah, I go to the temples as well. And I look forward to meeting with you one day.
Hi. Very nice.
Hopefully on Qantas.
Hope to meet you one day.
Hare Krishna. His Holiness Bir Krishna Goswami Maharaj ki.
Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Gurudev, we're going to do the Pushpanjali now. And soon after that, we'll do the Aarti, Guru Puja.
Okay.
And Mangal Prabhu will conduct that. All the devotees, please come forward.
You're gonna do the Pushpanjali to the computer or?
You can see your
Please don't sprinkle any water on the computer.
Yeah, don't do the Pushpanjali to the computer. Do it to the picture.
It's a lovely picture, Gurudev.
Yeah, that's a nice picture. So, how long do you want me to be on?
That's it, Gurudev. Probably another 20, no more than half an hour.
Okay, half an hour.
Om Ajnana Surunmilitam Chaitanya Vistam Yena Bhutale
Amayam Antikam Vandana Saitam Chaitanya Devam Radha Krishna
Sagana Lalita Vishakhanvitamscha Nama Om Vishnupadaya Sthaya Tale Srimate Goswami Namine Om Vishnupadaya Sthaya Bhutale Mate Bhaktivedanta Aminiti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gurvani Charine Vishesha Punyavadi Satya Visakarine Om Vishnupadaya Vishnaya Tale Mate Siddhanta Saraswati Namine Sorry, Srivashabhanavi Devi Kaitaya Abdaye Krishna Sambandha Jnana Aine Bhagave Namaha Adya Panga Ida Gora Shakti Vigrahaya Namaste Namaste Gurvani Murtaye Natarine Panuga Papa Danta Mantaharine Gaura Kishoraya Sakshat Vairagya Murtaye Vipralambara Sambodhe Sambujayate Namaha Divinodaya Antaramine Shakti Paya Anga Rayate Oravirbhava Istvam Nirdeshta Sajjana Priya Vaishnava Sarvabhuma Jagannathaya Te Namaha Ancha Ubhyascha Sindhu Yaevacha Titanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namaha Namaha Jaya Krishna Prema Dayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Aurat Vishe Namaha Satatvatmakam Krishnam Bhaktarupa Upakam Bhaktavataram Takhyam Namami Bhakta Shaktikam He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Nabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Namostute Pam Surato Angor Amanda Tergatihi Sarvasva Impojo Namo
Asanastu Govinda Devo Manos Manasarasarambi Sangeno Swanir Gopir Sriyastunaha Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Subhanusute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Sadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Everyone together. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. So now we will push Pujanjali. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Tale Srimate Bir Krishna Goswami Namine Esha Pushpanjali Gurudev Ki Puja Ki Shri Gurudev Ki Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Tale Bir Krishna Goswami Namine Pushpanjali Gurudev Ki Gurudev Vyasa Puja Mahamahotsav Ki Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishnaya Srimate Krishna Goswami Namine Pushpanjali Gurudev Vyasa Puja Mahamahotsav Ki Gurudev Bir Krishna Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai Gaur
His Holiness Bir Krishna Das Goswami Maharaj ki. Gurudev, we will do now Guru Puja. So, Ramananda and Janki and
Jai Gurudeva, Jai Gurudeva, Jai Padma Devalabha Kati Kadma Padma Devalabha
Do you want to lead?
That's the first time I've ever seen my own Guru Puja. So I tell you, it's a very unusual experience. I was actually doing the puja for my deities at the same time. But it's actually a very unusual experience being in the audience for my own Guru Puja. Anyway, so we want to thank everybody for their kind words, and by your kind words and appreciation, I'm becoming very encouraged to actually be more enthusiastic to serve Srila Prabhupada and help everybody go connect to Krishna and Prabhupada. I mean, my whole life is dedicated just to Prabhupada's service and to bringing people to Krishna. The only reason, not the only reason, but the main reason I joined the Krishna Conscious Movement is because I wanted to help people. And Prabhupada has actually given me a purpose in life and a way to accomplish that purpose. And I am eternally grateful to His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada for enabling me to perform this service. I am simply a servant. I'm a servant of Prabhupada. I'm a servant of all of you. And please pray to Krishna that I can remain so eternally, life after life. Even in this material world, I wouldn't mind staying here just to serve Prabhupada and to help people connect to Prabhupada and Krishna. Okay, so thank you again. I mean, it's very enlivening to visit everybody, and I miss everybody, and I wish I was there physically, and I know that I will come as soon as I'm allowed to come. So there's the cake.
The last part is the cake, Gurudev. Just bless this cake. Happy Vyasa Puja, Gurudev.
All right, at least I don't have to eat it because I don't take sugar. So.
He said a Mahamantra Kirtan for you, Gurudev.
We've got a proper one for you, a little one.
This is your cake, Gurudev.
Oh, that's vegan. Okay.
Yes, perfect.
So you could just put it in the mail, and hopefully it'll get here in a month or two.
We'll make a bigger one for you when you come over.
Okay, yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
Say the Guru Mahamantra Kirtan, Gurudev. For Gurudev, let's pray for Gurudev. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
His Holiness Bir Krishna Goswami Maharaj ki
Jai Vaishnavas ki Jai, Vanchakalpatarubhyascha, Kripa Sindhu Vyevacha, Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. So thank you all for your kind words, and we look forward to seeing everyone very soon. Okay, so I'm going to get off. I have to continue with my DD Puja right now. And keep in touch. And thank you very much, Dowsy, for hosting such a wonderful program. And anyway, what can I say? I wish I was there. More than virtually.
All the time.
Okay, all glories to Srila Prabhupada ki Jai, Gaur Premananda, Hari 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 Bol. Should I leave it on so other people can participate after I drop off?
Yeah, we'll do the nourishing prayer after this, Gurudev, and then we'll end it, Gurudev.
So I'm gonna leave Zoom open, even though I'm gonna drop off from it, and I will make you the in charge. Well, actually, let's see. I'll make Ram Vijay the in charge. Okay.
Maharaj, before you sign off, do you remember after having your meal, you would say?
You got to speak closer to the computer so I could hear.
Sorry,
you.
Maharaj. Every time you finish your meal, you'd say something in Hindi, which indicated bring the water. Would you like to close off like that in the traditional?
Money Lao? All right. Okay. All glories to Prabhupada. So I'm going to leave Zoom open so whoever's watching can still participate with you. So, okay. Haribol. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you very much. And we pray for everyone's health. Particularly, we pray that Nanda Kishore can serve for another 50 years. And Nanda Kishore will feel fit to go to Fiji and help when everything's open. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai, Haribol.
Okay, we'll do the last part of the program, which is nourishing prayer. Sundaram, please. Nourishing prayer, and we'll ask Aarti Priya to say a few words. And then before the prasadam, we'll ask Krishna Karuna to say the prasadam prayers, please. Let's everybody's hungry, so let's start. Hare Krishna. Thank you everybody for coming. Before we end, there's a quick announcement. Some words from Artipriya, please.
Thank you so much. Wonderful program. It was like one of the best programs we've ever had here. Especially on Maharaj. On behalf of Madhumana Prabhu and Raj and family, I would like to thank you, Guru Maharaj, for raising us despite the so early days of their life. I would also like to thank special guests, Krishna Prabhu, Richard Mataji, and all the disciples and my good brothers and sisters who have come here today. And it's a special thank you for organizing the program and making sure everything went on time and Maharaj is there. So thank you for inviting Guru Maharaj and Prabhu. Special thanks goes to my fellow good brothers and sisters here, and future good brothers and sisters present. Thank you so much for coming today. Especially also to those who are present online, so if they can hear us. Thank you for being there and attending the program. Without you all, we wouldn't have been able to have such a beautiful program. We pray you all have good health and lots of bhakti, and hope one day soon we are able to celebrate Guru Maharaj just physically. And as a small and so
So on behalf of all the devotees, I would like to say special thanks to Mother Mangal Prabhu and Lakshmi Mataji and Artipriya as soon as we were deciding where to hold this puja, right away, Mataji said we will host it in our place, despite the restrictions. Anyway, despite the restrictions, so let's raise our hands and say Hare Krishna Maman 3 times to bless the family. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. We will be organizing the next disciple meeting. I think it's at Ram Vijay Space. Sita, is it at Ram Vijay Space? The next disciple meeting. So please decide the date and let us know. And then after that, maybe Srinath's place. He's waiting for his wife to come, but we'll go there.
Is she swimming?
Thank you, everybody. Thanks to Suman, Mataji, and Ramapapa. Let's welcome them to Haribol.
Finally, I'd like to thank each and everyone from the bottom of our heart, brother. Your presence is very precious to us today. Without your presence, this program would not have been a success. With these words, I'd like to thank you all again and again for your nice association with all devotees. Thank you very much.
Yeah, before we take the prasada, we'll ask Krishna Karna to say the prasada mantra. Very well, prasad mantra.
Namo Brahmane Sarva Punya Karara Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna. Rama Rama Hare.
श्री राधा राम सुंदर महाप्रसाद की जय, गुरुदेव व्यास पूजा की जय, और प्रेमानंद
No, wait. Next time, first.
Cake cutting, man. Cake cutting. Cake cutting. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna.